guys, today I decided to do something a little bit different and speak about this hero. Now, this is Zyra. She's very underrated at the moment and I really think she's a good pick. She's a tank and almost acts as like a support for a team. Her left click is a beam of light that she shoots forward that deals a ton of damage. This ability just shreds everyone. I mean, it's a flippin' laser gun. Now, we are off to her right click. As you can see, her right click, it's sort of like a grenade launcher, but with a twist to it, that it's a plasma gun and it's got a very good AoE and very far distance and explodes on contact of any object. Okay, now her shift is something very strong. It is a shield basically that blocks any damage and it's just strong as hell. Her E is the same shield, but you can cast it on an ally. This is why I say she forms a support type of role, but is a tank. Now, my favorite part about her is her ult. She shoots off, looks like sort of like a right click, but then when it lands, it starts bringing everyone into one center location and deals very little damage. But this sets up brilliantly for other ults. She's one of my favorite champs. And this is basically why, and you can see right there. And then you just right click and pick up 5 kills, like simple. She's brilliant, one of my favorite champs. And now I'm gonna go through a bit of gameplay to show you why. Zarya is a very good attack and a very good defense champ. This next clip I'm about to show you is a perfect example of this. Yep. Now, off the bat, you can see we have a Lucio with this movement speed buff that just ended. And we have a Winston with us. Now my ultimate is up, so in the beginning I just shoot out a bit of damage, and it's great AoE, and then I land the perfect 5-man ulti. This links very well with our Pudge's ulti and with our Lucio. In the end, it's a very sloppy fight, but we end up turning this fight around and capturing the point. Now the shield allows me to block a lot of damage, which is one of the most useful spells in the game. And we pick up the Pudge here, easy peasy. We've got a Genji on defense and a Reaper. Now you can see as they're coming to this choke point, we can capitalize on this choke point very well as they can't get through, and we're still capturing the point. So she's very good at keeping choke points and keeping your fellow heroes alive. And her range is just like, look at that, you just kill someone. Her range is very on the beam gun is very high, and also when you don't have that range, you can just right click and you can shoot even further, which is basically like a Junkrat's grenades as well. She deals a lot of damage to tanks and she's very good, and she just gets rid of people. So she can also fill the role of a disperser, who can just break up a team fight and just turn the enemy team to shit. This is the point. This play basically won us the game. Not my solo play, but this was a game-changing moment in this team fight. The next point I want to speak about, guys, is her ultimate of Zarya is a perfect setup for many ultimates in the game. This clip is a perfect example of this. Now, my friend, his name is Chronic, he's playing High Noon. Now you can already imagine what is possible with this combo. Now this is basically, let's just watch the play and just watch what happens. Now I've got my ultimate, we both have our ult ready. You can see he's waiting in the corner, getting ready to ult, and there's me, as you can see, gets a perfect 5-man ult. Unfortunately Reinhardt gets out, but he still picks up the quad with 1 ult. This allows us to cap the point and win. This next play that we can see happening is something that's quite funny. As you can see, the best Pudge ever pulls me and gives me a free ulti, and basically our Pharaoh does 2 basics and gets a quad. Best Pudge ever. A lot of people when they play Zyra think that it's just her ult that makes her, but this play will show you exactly that it's not just the ult. This is actually a good example. Now you can see off the bat, it's a very long range poking fight, but we come off better. As we engage and get closer, you can see her right click does a lot of damage, an insane amount, and just destroys them and this Mercy sets it up even better. And it's a very disruptive ability and just allows us to dominate them while we're still capturing the point. Now, this is basically us just stomping over them, and it shows how effective she is. Unfortunately, Bastion will be Bastion and kills me. Alright, let's move on to the next point, where I'll display how Zarya is a very good disruptor, and she can cause many problems in a team fight. Now, off the bat, you can see them capturing the point, and I'm here looking for the enemy Widowmaker. And she's very good for picking off people because she's a tank, and she's difficult to deal with. So as we get into the point, I can pick her off very easily, or at least push her out of the fight. And as a disruptor, you want to be annoying to the enemy. Like, the whole point is that more than one person has to deal with you. So they are forced, so multiple enemies are forced to deal with you. Like a Winston with ult. If he jumps into the middle of their whole enemy team, he can spend at least a minute just fighting them all off, or however long his ult lasts, just disrupting them while your team pushes up and gets the advantage. Now, back to the play. You can see me, I basically flank from behind, and then a McCree decides to show up and tries to 1v1 me. Now, there's a Junkrat sitting at the back, and we're capping the point, which is very good. And then I land a good ulti that brings a lot of people in. And look at this disrupts the whole team fight, and just destroys their positioning. So they can't position as well as they want to, and this allows us to capture the point, and we pick up 4 kills straight off the bat, and later on a little bit more kills. So this basically changed the whole team fight play and allowed us to capture the point and let us win the game. Okay, before I end the video, I'm going to give you 2 very big tips, or quick tips, that will help you play better. Now, firstly, your shield it's very useful, and there's 2 things in this world that irritate me. Is Zaryas that don't tank and they think they are the sniper of the team, and the ones that don't think they have an E, and they think that it's bad to give it to people. I don't know what their problem is, but they just don't want to help other people. Now, use your E whenever you can on allies. This will help them so much. And that's my first tip. The second tip is, you're a tank. For some reason, people don't realize what a tank means. You can get into the middle, especially if you have your shield. Put it on yourself, get in the middle, disrupt the whole team fight, deal damage, and you just cause so many problems. And there's just so many opportunities in this champ that I can see. Like, she's a great overall champ, and she's very good to pick up for ranked play and competitive play, because she can make such an impact. Thanks guys, if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe.